Hey everybody, welcome to our February 1st Tuesday video. I'm here at Students Rebuild headquarters and I'm not going to tell you much today because we have a wonderful young person who's going to share something really special with you. And so without taking too much time, I want to just tell you that we are literally halfway through the Hunger Challenge. Can you believe it? So much great artwork has been coming in, so many amazing recipes. We have over 700 teams from all over the world that are participating, but I want to just remind you to keep your recipes coming in, and also remember we have the Gordon Ramsay challenge that you can learn all about on our website and on social media. And also we're going to be announcing a pretty wonderful surprise for the month of March, so stay tuned to Students Rebuild and all of our channels. Now, without any further ado, I want to introduce to you a wonderful young person from Seattle. Her name is Juniper, and Juniper is going to share with you a very special recipe from her family.
Hi, I'm Juniper. I live in Seattle and I'm in 6th grade at Hamilton International Middle School. I'm really excited to be doing the Students Rebuild Hunger Challenge because I believe that every child and every person deserves to be able to be fed. I'm going to be making broccoli sandwiches, a recipe that has been passed down in my family over a few generations. This recipe is important to us because as my dad was a child living with a single father who was a vegetarian, dinners at night could be a hassle. And so broccoli sandwiches were invented to help make things easier. It's a pretty simple recipe that works for all kinds of different people. Everyone loves it, in my opinion at least. Today we'll be using a steamer basket of this thing, dang it, what's it called again?
Saucepan.
A saucepan, a baguette, some salted butter, plenty of broccoli, and some salt. Now that I've washed my hands, rolled up my sleeves, and pulled my hair out of the way, we're ready to start. We're going to wash the broccoli. We used a lot of broccoli for this recipe because the more broccoli the merrier. This broccoli will feed about 4 people. We used about 4 or 5 heads of broccoli. To rinse the broccoli, you just want to run it under water, making sure that all the broccoli gets fairly wet. When the broccoli steamed, it should lose some of its germs, but it's always a good idea to wash produce before you cook with it. Now we need to fill up the saucepan with some water. It doesn't need to be a lot, just enough so that the steam will cook the broccoli well. That didn't happen. Now we're going to put the steamer in. Let's see. And then add the broccoli. We like using both the stems and the florets, but if you would prefer to only use one or the other, you definitely can. Keep it fairly even across the top. You don't want it too bunched up on one side or the other. Now we're going to put the lid on to make sure no steam escapes and doesn't cook our broccoli. We're going to turn it up to high. Now, while this is cooking, we can cut up our bread. When cutting the bread, you want to use a knife with a serrated edge, all these little bumps in it, like a saw. This makes it so the bread doesn't get smushed as you're cutting down. You want to hold onto the baguette as you cut down. You want pieces about this long that we're then going to cut in half. The best way to cut the bread in half is to put it on a flat side and then just cut down without holding your fingers like this. If you hold your fingers like this, you will cut them accidentally. Instead, you need to use what's called a bridge holds, which will help you keep the knife steady while also holding onto the bread in a way that won't get your fingers hurt. Buttering the bread is a pretty important part of the recipe because it adds some flavor to your sandwiches without them just being bread and broccoli. You want to make sure you have enough butter on there. That way the broccoli can really have that extra bit making it special. If that makes any sense at all. I don't know, I'm talking wacko. You want to butter both sides of the bread. That way it can all be held together nicely. It's kind of like a pattern. You have the bread, the butter, the salt, which I'm going to put on after, the broccoli, and then the salt again, the butter again, and the bread again. You see that this bread has all the little crevices in it. That's because while it was cooking, bubbles formed. I think that bread cooking is a very interesting topic. I'm adding a lot of butter because butter is an important part of this recipe that really gives it its butterness, I guess. Now that we've buttered all our bread, it's time to see how our broccoli is doing. You carefully remove the lid and take a fork. You can slowly poke the broccoli along places that it might not get as well cooked. If it's nice and soft and tender, then it's good. Now that our broccoli's cooked, our bread is buttered, and our salt is ready, we can start putting together the finishing touches on the sandwich. We get the flatter side of the bread on the bottom. Okay, grab some broccoli, put it on. There we go. Put some salt on, a little more broccoli. Grab this guy, and we all smush it down, smush, 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 smush. You take the top off again, put some more broccoli on. Go. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then smush it down a little more. It's a little chaotic, but that's what we want. The more broccoli, the better. It's really amazing how all these ingredients can come together to make something beautiful, or kind of beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll use the recipe because it's a delicious one. Bye.
Who knew that you could make a sandwich out of broccoli? I think I might try that tonight for dinner, and I encourage you to try it as well. Thanks so much, Juniper, for taking time to share with us your family's special broccoli sandwich recipe. And if you all are interested, if you're watching and you were inspired by Juniper's courage and her wonderful chef skills, we encourage you to submit a video of your own to us. And you can do that at info@studentsrebuild.org. You can just write us and let us know that you're interested, and we'll send you more information. So that's it for this first Tuesday, but we are so excited for all of you joining with us for this challenge, and we look forward to sharing more really exciting updates over the next couple weeks. We'll see you again next first Tuesday in March. Take care, everybody.